Alright, so we are now officially back together, right? Somewhat. I still have some interior stuff to do. That goes on a pin. You having frustration levels here?
No, I just don't know how to do it. I'll figure it out then.
Alright. Come on, move out of the way now. Underneath here there's a pin. And you gotta put that over the pin, like I've got, and then it presses down and just sits up there. It's spring loaded. And then there's pins that go in. That's all. That's simple. It's not going to be super tight or anything, but that's it. That's the whole enchilada. Now the hood's on. Got that horrible paint that Timothy painted my damn tractor with. Central Tractor Green. Or Tractor Supply Green. It's like leprechauns puked on the front of my tractor. That's about all I can say about that. Everything else is ready to go, I'd say, right? I don't have any oil leaks that I can complain about. There was a little bit of oil dripping there from heat. I did have a leak that I had to address up in there, which was nothing that wasn't, well, it wasn't anything at all. It was bent a little bit. This pipe was bent and pulled out of the fitting that it went into. So I just bent it back. And it went. So everything works. Apparently when I put the cab on, after the burn repair, I put the cab on, we never had turn signals, but now we do. So I must have connected the wires more correctly this time than the last. But anyways, I'm going to take it up the road and get that tire sealant to work. So there's a couple of things up here. And when I get back, we're going to do the interior stuff. There's the floor mat and stuff. So if you can get that floor mat and shit all drug out here. Take that. What's in here? Garbage. Yes! And yeah, just pull that floor mat up. I'm just going to run it up and down the road. You pick that up, Joe. And see what happens. We'll go through the gears. So far it's backed up okay, but it hasn't gone anywhere forward. So, yeah, everybody complain I'm cursing the little bastards. That's right, that's what they are. Anyway, so here we go. It's awful noisy in here because all that flooring and the sound deadening mats inside here are out. I wanted to leave that off because I don't know if I'm going to have an oil leak up in there or not. So here it is. First reverse. We're backing up. Looks normal. It seems to shift nice and crisp. I ran it up with the differential disconnected so I could go through all the gears without the tractor moving. Yes, you can do that. There's a disconnect at the back of the transmission that I had forgotten about when I split the tractor. Duh. And let's go into third reverse. Pretty crisp yet. It's under their own power. I did have it running once today. As you can see, I've got the tire jack in that tire. And it always takes a little while for this thing to wake up. Let's go through the gears. That's the shift. Once it does that range change, what a pain in the ass. It sounds good. I'm not hearing any weird noises. Once I get to the next range change, that's when things get a little funny. At least it did before, I don't know. This hydraulic oil is going to have a chance to work its way in. And boy, is it noisy in here without that floor mat in. That was a weird shift. That feels good. I think that transmission is going to need to work its way in a little bit. I am going to take it out to Deer Country and have them do a pressure check on the shifting manifold, or the shifting, valves. It says I don't have enough volts. Alternator's not working. That's weird. I'll have to check that one out. I'm also only going at about, 1800 RPMs. So that means it doesn't stop too bad, like something's dragging. It is a bit stiff. That 12th gear. There's 15. Also telling me it's overheating. That's weird. And I know it's not. Take it down the hill and back up the other side. You know what it feels like? It feels like it's in four-wheel drive. So it's in neutral and it seems like it's it feels like it's in four-wheel drive. I'm gonna have to check that out. I know I have that hooked up. I know it's in four-wheel drive. That's what's the matter with this thing. It seems tight because it's stuck in four-wheel drive. Alright, well I'll have to figure that out when I get back up. Except for that damn temperature, that thermostat, or the temperature gauge. So, yeah. I'm going to take it down here, turn around again, and come up the hill. I'll shift through the gears. You can watch me do that. I don't notice anything really weird. I did have that issue with the four-wheel drive, but you can tell when I put it in, you hear the load on the engine. It takes horsepower to run those front wheels on the, in the field and, and definitely on the road. It'll wear them wheels right off. The tires, they'll come right off. Yes, I'm still coughing from that old bag on the airplane. So, yeah. I've got it set up to 2100 RPMs. I'm going to pull the throttle back as I come down the hill. It is slowing down. I'm going to go on down to the... I'll go down the other, down the S-bend. Everything seems to be working really good. Shortly before this tractor actually had that transmission issue, we had done a lot of work to the front end. I had actually put new tie rod ends in the thing, and it steers. It turns really, really good. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way she's working. I really am. Going down the road, it goes 21 miles an hour down the road at 2100 RPMs. That's kind of what it's supposed to do. I gotta make sure there's nobody behind me. You can see me there. Everything seems to be working. I put this thing into reverse, and you shift. Usually reverse is okay until you get to that fourth one, and it really does hit these 15 speeds pretty hard. But everything seems to be running quite smoothly. I'm not going to complain at all. I'll start it off in, say, 10th gear. Oop. Oh, there we go. I got Mrs. McConnell coming at me. Let me just back up there a little bit. I'm filming her. She'll be on film now, Anyway, here we go. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th gear. Speed her up a little bit. Here's 11. Now here comes the big jump, 12. Not bad. There's 13. 14. You heard the range change? Now 15. She's running like a champ. That she is. Running like a champ. So we'll hit hit the hill here, it should slow down to, I mean, we're running at about 21 miles an hour. It's going to slow down to around 18, 19 miles an hour when I hit the hill, which will be normal for this tractor even before. So, because this hill, you can talk to Cotton Top 3, he'll tell you, it's steeper than it looks. No, we only slowed down to 19 miles an hour, so the oil's warmed up, the transmission's going to break in a little bit, and things are working really good. Things are working really good, so I'm pretty pleased. We're running at 2100, 2090, 2080, 2100, so that's all working good. I just got to figure out my temperature gauge, and we'll go from there. See how she works. See, I don't think John Deere should ever went with a side post or corner post exhaust. See this thing here? It's in your way anyway. And in the 55, the 30, 40, 50, 55 series tractors, the exhaust and the intake was always in line with that there. It never bothered me any. Either you loved these cabs or you hated them, and I never minded either way. But the noise factor is right there on that corner post. I don't think they should ever did that. They should have went right into the 7,000 series or 8,000 series tractors. Those are quiet compared to this thing. Wow. So I got some old ass fuel in there. It's about a year old. And that's about 3/4 of a tank. So that thing's actually working. I'm going to give Timothy this tractor and send him out for a drive. See what he thinks of it. He'll tell me if he ran this thing more in the last 5 years than I have. So, well, I say the last 5 years, since 2014. It's been not quite a year since it's been dead, so yeah. I'll give it to him and get him out there in the field and see what he says, or out in the road, and I'll give you his reaction to it in a minute. Here he goes. I got all my lights working. Would like to get this thing painted up. I think she sounds normal. It's got my swinging dangleberry there on the front. It's a sweet looking tractor. He just found out that the from reverse to first it jumps right into gear because the linkage is a little tight, a little short. Sounds normal to me. There he goes. Okay, we'll wait for him. Let's check for oil leaks now that it's warmed up. Sounds normal though. Don't do that. Shut your lights off. Alright. No oil leaking out of there now, which is good. We do have, what is this? You know, a little bit of a oil weepage there. It could just be from heat because it's not coming down from above. It's just, what is that? there oil leaking up there?
Right from the breather.
No. I see a little hydraulic oil there, but it could be that. Oh, now it's dripping. Where'd he go? Well, what are you standing there? Ain't getting that fixed. You go deal with it. All right, so I got some hydraulic oil coming down from there. Fuck you, goddamn! Don't you know how to shut a fucking door?